Hey guys, welcome to my makeup tutorial for a Daniel cosplay. Several people have asked me about it, and so here I am. What you're going to need for makeup tutorials, obviously, makeup. So here's what I use. Very simple. This, which is one of these little New York color containers that you can get at like Target or Walmart for I think about like $3 to $5 a pop. Get one that matches your skin tone best. You don't want to go too dark. As you've noticed with my Daniel cosplay, I don't use any black. You want to emphasize your masculine qualities and look disheveled and older and that sort of thing. You don't want to, if you use like eye makeup, like, you know, eyeliner and eyeshadow, especially if you're a girl, you'll emphasize your feminine features more than your masculine ones, so you don't want to do that. Also, to apply the makeup, you can get one of these. I don't have the backing of it here, but I use these, this 3-pack of makeup sponges. As you can see, they've been used. Also by New York Color. You can get these probably at Rite Aid for like $2 each, I think. So basically, I usually start with the rounded rectangle first to just get all the makeup smooth out on my face first. And you'll want to put your hair back. I usually just tuck it behind my ears. And okay, as you can tell, this makeup of mine right here has been used a lot. But I'm going to show you basically the majority of the colors that we're going to be using. Here are the dark colors. We will be using the lighter color one part of the makeup tutorial. I'll show you where. So the majority is these three that are really low. I might have to open a new one. Anyway, so we're going to start with this color. This color you're going to want to use to basically even out your face and kind of give you the beginning of the disheveled look, possibly like a look with a slight tan as well, since I think, you know, Daniel's been out in Algeria for a while. He probably has a slight tan to him. Not a huge one, just like a little bit, just got a little color in his face. That English face. Okay. So what you want to do is take this color over here. It's kind of, let's see how they describe it on a new container. It is the crease color. So you'll want to take the crease color and just kind of bring it around your face. Kind of just even out areas, because, you know, on my face I'm very pale, but there are some parts of my face, like around my nose and my cheeks, that have more color than the rest of my face. So I kind of use this tone to make the lighter areas of my skin kind of blend with the areas that have more pigmentation and that sort of thing. So let's do that up here. It can take a while. You'll want to allocate about like at least 15 to 20 minutes to put this makeup on. You don't want to rush it. You definitely want to take your time with it. Make sure it comes out good. Keep applying it until it finally looks like the makeup is making a difference. Sometimes it's hard to tell when you're applying a little bit of makeup with these sponges that not a whole lot gets to your face and you just hardly tell the difference. Once you start telling the difference, and notice that your face kind of maybe looks slightly tanned or slightly darker now, then you know you're almost done with this step. I'm starting to notice a slight difference. It might be hard to tell in this video. I don't know how well my camera can pick it up. Alright, once that step's done, we will go on to just kind of adding more detail to the overall face look. We are going to be using, let's see, what do they call this? The all-over lid color, which is, I'm using this color here, sort of a rosy color. This I'm just going to add in specific spots, adding a bit more color to my face. Usually I use this color around my temples and my cheeks, maybe a little bit around the nose. Just kind of in select areas. I don't go all the way all over my face like I do with the other color. Got the very basic steps done. Now is the big one. We're going to be using the darkest color now in it. It's called the contour color on the New York City thing. Not New York City, New York color thing. So this color, as you can see, I've used a lot of it, is going to be what the main color you're going to be using around the eyes to define the jawline, the chin. This is the main color where the details happen. So I'm still using the the rectangular sponge here. I'm sort of right now going to use it to emphasize the jawline. I'm just kind of drawing a line here. Kind of consider it like if you do artwork and stuff like that. Like it's like painting your face, really. And the sponge is like your paintbrush. Even if you do digital work, it still applies, you know. I think of myself as like, you know, it's like you're a blank Photoshop document, basically, your face, and the makeup is adding layers to your face until you get the desired effect that you want. Sometimes I'll use a little bit around the chin. Sometimes I put like a line, like a blurry kind of line in the middle of my chin to look almost cleft chin. Not fully, because I don't think Daniel really has a cleft chin, but it kind of emphasizes that and makes it look more masculine. I put dark shades near the nose. I put the dark shade on both sides of the nose. And if you're like me and you have thick eyebrows, or you want to grow out your thick eyebrows for this, you can also start to get ready to lay out the unibrow, because Daniel seems to have a unibrow. And obviously if you have very thin eyebrows, or your eyebrows it wouldn't be easy to connect them to make a unibrow, then don't worry about it. I do it because my eyebrows are very thick and close together. Sometimes I put a little bit of it around the temples and around the cheekbones, kind of like to emphasize the cheekbones. This is the majority, this dark color you'll probably be using for the rest of it. The other two colors are just to lay a base. This dark color is to get the details, the really nitty-gritty Daniel details in. Putting it all over my nose. I put a little bit on my lip. Yeah, this is why it takes a while, because you have to keep adding layer upon layer of this color, because the sponges don't put on a lot of it at a time. So you'll want to keep doing it until it gets the kind of dark shade that you want it to be. Also, you might have noticed with my Daniel cosplay sometimes my neck stands out from my face because I make my face look a little bit darker than it normally is. So if you want to fix that, just take your sponge and dip it into one of the base colors we used. And then just apply it to your neck. You don't even have to do a lot of layers for the neck. If you just apply like one layer of it around your neck, it'll make a world's worth of difference, actually. I did this at the convention and my neck didn't stand out nearly as much when I walked around. I also tried applying this makeup to my hands, but that didn't turn out very well. Because I know Daniel kind of would have dirty backs of his hands too, but unfortunately this makeup doesn't show up that well on the back of my hand. So if anyone knows makeup that does show up well on the back of a hand, let me know. I'd kind of be interested in that. Kind of add another feature, another element to my cosplay. Okay, sometimes I take the dark tone and I just do like one defined line. Okay, I might occasionally like touch it up a few times with the sponge, but just kind of like one line across, kind of to show that he has ridges in his forehead, that it dirt's on his forehead, and that, you know, kind of gives the shiveled / older look, which is what we're going for. Alright. Sometimes I take the dark shade and I put 2 dots on the side of my mouth, kind of to define the mouth a bit more. Make it look, you know, a little bit longer since my mouth is awfully short. It's actually a really small mouth I have. And, yeah, make it look more masculine. Now, I don't use anything on my lips, and that's probably not a good thing because my lips are very rosy and they stand out a lot of times. So if you find a way to use either a lipstick or something to put on your lips to make them look less colorful, then I say go for it. I personally don't use anything on my lips because I don't have anything to make them look less rosy, really. Alright, and there's the majority of the makeup done, but you'll want to probably add finer details. So, what you've noticed, and in these little containers of makeup, they come with this tiny little brush. Which seems useless at first because it's like, oh, this is a tiny little thing, this is no good, but it's very useful, actually, to me. I like to take it, put it in the dark color, emphasize the unibrow line more, and emphasize other details that, see, the sponges can only do so much. Sometimes when you want to add finer details, emphasize the dark color in certain areas. Sometimes I take the dark color and kind of go on my nose like this. I kind of go like that. Kind of trying to emphasize how the nose looks. The details of the nose. Sometimes put on the tip of the nose just to make it look all even. Sometimes I try to define the lines from the nose to the mouth. Just a little bit. Again, adding that kind of aged look. Sometimes if you want to use this to define your jawline a bit better, you can do that too, or your cheeks. Make sure you do blending too. You don't want it to some certain things to stand out too much. Just emphasize that line we did at the top. Okay, now this is the part where we finally get to use the highlight color. So right now I'm going to go to the triangle sponge here, and I'm going to put it into the light color. So where do we use it? Right here, on the brow line. Right above your unibrow if you made one. Even if you didn't make a unibrow, still put your highlight around here. You want to emphasize the brow line. Daniel has a very defined brow, and it'll help you look more masculine as well. How far you want the highlight to go is up to you. I'd say at least go to like the middle of your eyebrow. If you want to go down the sides, I do that sometimes. That will work as well. And the rest is basic touch-up. This is around the point where it'd be good to look out into a natural light, various light settings, to see how it looks. And if it's not the way you want it, just keep adding layers until it is. Once you finally get it the way you want it, you're ready to go. You can just put on your cosplay, put on your wig, or have your natural hair as I do with mine, and that's about it. And that's my tutorial for doing makeup for a Daniel cosplay. It's Sarah. Bye, guys.